So the Natural Heritage Commission is a small state agency, and our mission is protecting the state's rare plants, animals, and natural communities, which are the different habitats in the state. So that sounds real simple, but there are over 90 different natural communities in the state. These natural areas also serve as living museums. But if you want to see what the land looked like back in those days, our natural areas are the best places to go. And Searles Prairie Natural Area is a great example of that.
Searles is the really rare gem of what we call a remnant. So it's never been plowed, it's never been heavily grazed by, like, say, pinned-in cattle or something like that. And it still has sort of all of the plant species that we would expect for this ancient grassland, and it really is ancient. And at Searles, there's 2 species that are known in Arkansas only from Searles Prairie and nowhere else in the state. This species right here is called the brown bog sedge, Carex buxbaumii, and it's known from only one place in Arkansas, and that's Searles Prairie. And similarly, this species right here, Carex conoidea, the open field sedge, is another one, only known from Searles Prairie. And that's just one thing about it that makes it so special. But being that remnant, that special piece that's left over that hasn't been destroyed, is what makes it of interest.
My grandparents, Anna Mae and Isaac Searles, he was always called Ike, they bought this land in the late 30s, early 40s. She was also an educator, so she wanted this to be educational. And she saw the value of the kids' eyes when they would come out when she started giving tours of this. That was her being, I mean, really and truly, because she wanted to share this. She didn't want to just keep it, though she did. She wanted to keep it, but she wanted to share it with the young people, and especially the smaller the better. She just thought it was so great when a young child's eyes would just beam, and that's what she really wanted. And so that's what started the whole process of the conservation and being able to keep this for generations to come.
My love of plants and grasslands really started at Searles Prairie. It was the summer before I started high school, and I was at a biology Aegis camp in Northwest Arkansas. The camp director was Ellen Turner, and she took us to see this remnant grassland surrounded by development in every direction, and taught us that it was part of this larger system that had been there for thousands of years. By a stroke of luck, Ellen and I found each other 30 years later, as she was helping to raise funds to add this 2.5 acres to Searles Prairie. And I now work in conservation funding, and I told Ellen that my love of plant conservation and grasslands had started with her.
What happened is Natural Heritage determined how much they could invest in it, and then charged my husband and me with going to the community and finding donors. The other thing that made this really unique is the whole community came together, and that includes the city of Rogers. So the city of Rogers voted to give us $25,000 for the property, So there was this investment from the community, both from individuals and from the city and from the state. So it's the perfect project.
At the Arkansas Natural Heritage Commission, we're very fortunate to have many great partners, and without partners we would not have the success that we've experienced over the last few decades. And that is especially true of this project. I think the community around Searles Prairie in Northwest Arkansas has a lot to be proud of for stepping up and raising so much private funds to augment the state funds that were put in to protect this really special place. And we want to thank all of you for doing that.